What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we got some pretty sad news as longtime Patriots offensive line coach Dante Scarnecchia has yet again decided to hang it up and call it a career as he is retiring at 71 years old. Scarnecchia was the NFL's longest tenured coach with a single team, retiring after 36 seasons, 34 of those seasons which came from the New England Patriots. He is highly, and I mean highly, praised by everybody throughout the NFL. He's considered one of the finest and best assistant coaches in the entire NFL, arguably and easily the best offensive line coach also in the NFL, and he has been just a vital piece to the New England Patriots' success because of how much he has put into the Patriots' offensive line and how much of the success of the Patriots' offensive line has been because of him. Now, Dante Scarnecchia had retired before for 2 seasons back in 2014 and 2015 before he decided to make a return in 2016, and I actually remember when this happened, okay? 2015 was a very rough year for the Patriots. They started off pretty hot. It came down to them and the Carolina Panthers as the two only undefeated teams, but injuries were just plaguing the Patriots left and right. The Patriots' offensive line that season was just terrible, and a big part of that came down to the coaching. Dante Scarnecchia came back after that season. 2016 season was a huge boost for the Patriots, especially offensively. Just everything clicked. The offensive line was one of the best in the league. And ultimately, Dante Scarnecchia gave the Patriots the boost they needed and sent them to the Super Bowl. And of course, we all know what happened after that. I mean, just a crazy stat here is that Scarnecchia was actually hired originally by the Patriots back in 1982. That was before Bill Belichick took over as the head coach. That's before Tom Brady even came here. That was when the head coach of the New England Patriots was John Mayer. Then when Ron Meyer decided to join the Indianapolis Colts, he actually took Dante Scarnecchia with him, in which he spent a couple of seasons before coming back to the Patriots in 1991. So just some historical facts there. It shows you how long Dante Scarnecchia has been in this game, especially with the Patriots, and it just goes to show how big of a piece he has been for the Patriots. Okay, he hasn't just been with the Patriots for a couple of seasons. No, he's been there from the start. And again, he's been there to really give success to the Patriots offensive line, ultimately resulting in a lot of success for Tom Brady and the rest of the New England offense. Back in 2007, when the Patriots posted an undefeated season, Dante Scarnecchia was actually named the Assistant Coach of the Year by Sports Illustrated. Mark my words when I tell you guys that this is going to arguably be the biggest loss for the Patriots this entire offseason. Okay? We already had some worries about the Patriots' offensive line, whether that's Tom Brady coming back or not. If Tom Brady does come back, then the offensive line becomes even more important for keeping him up straight. But if you guys have been around my channel for long enough, then you'll know that I refer to an offensive line for any team as the engine to the car. Okay? Without that engine, your car is not going to go anywhere. It's the exact same thing for a NFL offense. Your offense is not going to go anywhere. Or any offense in football, for that matter. Your quarterback can't stand up straight. He's under pressure. He can't complete passes. He doesn't have time to read the defense. He doesn't have time for the receivers to get open. Can't use the running game because who's blocking for your running back? So this automatically becomes a very important piece to the Patriots' needs. And to me, this becomes the most needed or most questioned piece to the Patriots. And of course, there's a lot of other questions that the Patriots will have to figure out. You know, Tom Brady, who's your quarterback going to be? You have some issues with your pass catchers, wide receiver, tight end. And then, of course, you also have some pieces that you got to figure out on your defense because of guys that are most likely going to be departing. But even with all of that, to me, it's going to be figuring out this offensive line and figuring out who's going to be the coach, because believe it or not, the coach really does play a big aspect on, are you guys playing good or are you guys not playing good? We've been lucky enough to have Dante Scarnecchia really molding a lot of these really great Patriots offensive linemen, even the ones today. I mean, Joe Tooney, Isaiah Wynn got some help there, David Andrews, even guys like Ted Karras, Shaq Mason. And at this current time, I can't give you an exact answer on who the Patriots are going to bring in to replace Dante Scarnecchia, but I can tell you that whoever it isn't going to be the level of play that Dante Scarnecchia was able to bring to the Patriots offensive line year after year after year. And I mean, really the big reason that Dante Scarnecchia came out of retirement to re-coach the Patriots was because he saw how much the team was struggling and how much the team needed him. If I had to put my money on it, and I look at the past of the Patriots and Bill Belichick, they always like to promote up from within. And what I mean by that is that they'll look at the coaches they have now and they'll go from there and they'll try to upgrade and then bring smaller guys in for smaller responsibilities. New England always does that. They always rely more on guys that they've had within their organization for a while rather than going out and randomly bringing in a new guy. Now, although that is more on the unlikely side, I definitely would say don't put it out of the books. Bill Belichick could always go out and take a coach from a college team if he wanted to. But of course, this just happened today, so we're going to have to go from there. We're going to have to see what the New England Patriots are going to do and what Bill Belichick decides to do to bring in a new offensive line coach. And, of course, this just adds to the need that the Patriots have. They need a new special teams coach. They need a defensive line coach, a wide receiver coach. And are they going to head into next season with a defined defensive coordinator? The Patriots, for yet another season, have a lot of question marks at coaching staff, but Dante Scarnecchia has decided to retire, call it a career once again. What are your guys' thoughts on the situation? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet for a lot more Patriots content. But other than that, I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.